Are you flaring with ulcerative colitis? In this video, I'm going to share with you the 5 top tips that I've personally used over my 10 years being diagnosed with inflammatory bowel disease. My name's Jacob, and let's get into it. Tip 1 is don't panic. The first thing that you're going to see when flaring is blood in the toilet. Yes, it might look like a gory, gruesome battle scene when you look down into the bowl, but just know that you're going to be okay. The amount of blood that you're seeing in the toilet is not enough for you to die from blood loss. The amount of blood that you're seeing in the toilet looks exaggerated. Imagine pouring a little bit of food colouring into some water and look at how the water completely changes. The amount of blood that you're losing in the bathroom is probably just making you feel a little bit fatigued, and it might be making you slightly anemic, but it's not an immediate worry and you shouldn't let it freak you out. Top tip number 2 is talk to your healthcare provider. If you've got a specialist nurse, get on the phone or email them and tell them exactly what's going wrong with you. And if you don't have a specialist nurse, then I highly advise that you go out and find one. Keeping an open and honest dialogue with your healthcare provider will help you get the medications that you need to bring you out of your flare as fast as possible. On top of that, you can also tell your healthcare provider if certain medications aren't working for you. So just keep everything open and honest. Tell them everything. Following on from that, we're going into top tip number 3, and that's to confide in others. Have you told the people in your household what you're going through? Have you joined any online groups to share your experiences and learn from others that have gone through exactly what you're going through? This can be a valuable resource because there's so much that you can learn from someone else who's been in the same shoes as you. Top tip number 4 is to get some rest. The inflammation going on inside of your body is probably making you feel quite fatigued. And like I said earlier, you might be slightly anemic. So focusing on rest and getting the best sleep possible is going to help put you in the best possible state to start healing. On days when I don't get enough sleep, everything feels impossible. But on days when I get a decent night's sleep, everything feels possible. So try and get the best night's sleep that you can, and you'll feel much better about trying to overcome your flare. Top tip number 5 is to avoid known flare-up foods. I personally wouldn't go out and have a really spicy curry when I'm bleeding like a watering can into the toilet. And those sort of foods would just contribute to me going to the bathroom even more frequently. When I was in my most severe life-threatening flare, the foods that got me through it was peanut butter and porridge. If you want to learn how to start healing through your flare, then click this video that's popped up now. Together, we can thrive despite IBD.